Okay, it's Phil Lee returning with another episode of Civil War Chat. It's November 3rd, 2021. Click on the subscription button in the lower right here to subscribe, and also the notification bell at the top to be notified when another episode comes out. Today, we're going to talk about, well, the topic is send them back to the district. What if you look at the population of Washington, D.C., in the last 70 years, in 1950, the population of the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area has increased 430%. Over that same period of time, the population of the United States only increased 100%. So it was the population of DC was increasing 3.3 times faster than the population of the United States. Even though it's clear to anyone that reads the Constitution, the object of the Constitution was to limit the influence of the central government, to limit the power of the central government. And that's one reason that some 70 years later, the Confederacy decided to secede, because they could see the central government was taking more and more power. It was contrary to the Constitution. So not a lot of people realize that the District of Columbia originally included a good slice of Virginia. Now, here is a map on the screen now of the original District of Columbia. And as you can see, it's in the shape of a square, actually a diamond standing on one point. But it's 10 miles square. And all of the development, as you can see, is on the Potomac River runs this way. So all of the development of Washington City and everything is on the left bank of the Potomac River, which is the north bank here. And there's almost no development on the southern bank over here on our left. So what happened with the Compromise of 1850 is that the District of Columbia outlawed slave trade. Way down here at the bottom of the diamond is the outskirts of the town of Alexandria, Virginia. Well, Alexandria, Virginia wanted to maintain their slave market. So as Ty Sedgley, who was a professor at West Point and taught American history there, and he's also the author of Robert E. Lee and Me, which is a character assassination of Robert E. Lee. Well, he points out that, of course, Alexandria wanted to retain their slave market. Even though the district had outlawed slavery, they wanted to retain their slave market. And to do that, they asked Virginia to get back all of this land. Now, what Sedgley says is true, but he leaves out another component, which is obvious if you look at this map. Virginia was disappointed and really annoyed that all of the money that the federal government was bringing into this district was being spent on the north bank of the Potomac River. There was nothing being done with the south bank. All of the money was going into the north bank. Well, Virginia made the gift of the land to the district, and the district says, well, thank you. We're not going to put anything over there. We're not going to build anything over there. And so that was the second reason that Virginia wanted this money, wanted this land back. But Ty Sedgley doesn't mention that. It doesn't fit into his goldfish bowl of Civil War history or American history. He's like all the academics, he's in this goldfish bowl. They've explored everything within that goldfish bowl, and all they can come up with is that the Northerners were great and the Southerners were bad. That's it. But history that looks outside of the goldfish bowl can find other explanations and other interpretations for decisions that were made. And so I can concede that, yes, Alexandria wanted to keep their slave market, but also Virginia wanted this land over here developed. All of this, incidentally, let me just stop sharing this right now. All of what I'm telling you is a part of this book, Causes of the Civil War by Philip Lee. You can buy it at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other bookstores, $22. You want an autographed copy? Contact me. I'll sell it for $25 and deliver it to you here in the United States for that price. Contact me, Phil, Phil _ Lee, LEIGH at me.com. Okay, so Yesterday, Virginia elected a new governor, a Republican governor, against the odds. He was a 10-point underdog when all of this started, but he won. And one of the things that intrigues me is that if it hadn't have been for the growth of the population in Washington, D.C., those Confederate statues would probably stay. The Alexandria County now has a population of about 1 million people. That's a sizable chunk of the overall population in Virginia. And I think that Alexandria County voted about 70% for the Democrat. The thing that annoys me most about this growth in population in Washington, D.C., 430% growth over the last 70 years versus 100% growth in the United States, is that those people that go in there are basically taking money from the taxpayers. Nearly all of those jobs are sinecures. They can't get fired. They're represented by public employee unions. They can't get fired. They get every holiday imaginable. They get sick days. It's contrary to everything that our government was set up for. And be it as it may, that's the situation. But I just fantasize if now that the Republicans are in charge, and they also won the legislature in Virginia. So they got the governor, and they got the legislature, and they got the lieutenant governor. So if they would, if there was some way that they could just give that land back to the district, just let the district have all of those people that want nothing but sinecures and constantly increasing salaries from the federal government, and let them deal with all those people that want nothing but to be taken care of. So that's our message for today. As you can see, I'm pretty excited about having a Republican back in Virginia. Now, I don't know that he and the legislature will do anything to get the Confederate statues returned, but I do hope that this election will help turn the tide on the movement to get more of the memorials removed. Now, one example would be Washington and Lee University. The administration there wants to take the name Lee out of that. And there's an alumni group known as the Generals Redoubt. Get on it on the web if you'd like, donate to them. The Generals Redoubt wants to get the president of the university to resign, as well as the rector of the Board of Trustees to resign. Both of those guys have no respect that I can see for Robert E. Lee. Then I can't see that they have any real respect for the traditions of the school, but I'll just let you decide that. Nonetheless, if there's something you want to do, if you feel like, okay, now we got a Republican governor in Virginia, let's do something. Well, you might want to donate to the Generals Redoubt. Now, the other thing I would recommend is that other unsung heroes here in this situation are the Sons of Confederate Veterans in Lexington, Virginia, that chapter. Every January 15th, mid-January, they hold the Lee Jackson Day Parade, and they have speeches in Lexington. And the city government is against them. The University of Washington Lee is against them. VMI is against them, but they still do it. The city government tried to disparage and rain on their parade one year by putting a Martin Luther King banner across the street in which they would march. They get out there in bad weather, and they still, despite the fact that Governor Ralph Northam has discontinued Lee Jackson Day as any kind of a recognition for the state of Virginia, these guys and gals still do it. So that's the Stonewall Brigade of the Sons of Confederate Veterans in Lexington, Virginia. You might want to visit their website, get familiar with them. And I don't know if they'll take donations or not, but you might want to consider that. Okay, that's my show for today, and I want to thank you for watching. I'll be back soon with another episode.